Hi there, world changers. Welcome to day 8 of the series, 21 Days of Gamification, where we'll be learning about the art and the science of learning game design techniques and applying them to social and environmental causes so we can change the world. Yeah. Today's article is called 5 Easy, Low-Tech Gamification Techniques that you can use to save the Earth. Some of the themes we've been talking about in gamification have been high-tech. They've included sensors, the satellites, mapping data, but you do not need to be a computer scientist to implement powerful gamification techniques for social change. And in this article, we'll learn how to do that with nothing but a pen and paper. And it's actually really crazy how powerful this stuff can be. Gamification is way cool because it is really fun and easy to implement. People can often think that gamification is like designing Angry Birds for recycling and that it needs to be this big Sony PlayStation high-tech process. But don't forget that simple games like chess and Scrabble still utilize game techniques and they don't require computers at all. But gamification isn't about the world of games. Gamification is the process of applying game design or behavioral motivational techniques to specific actions. So we're not really designing a game, we're just borrowing a particular behavioral driver and a graphic design technique and applying it to a real world situation. And we can use these techniques to take a lot of pain and suffering out of the social change process. In this way, gamification leverages our best qualities as humans. It leverages our motivation to do well and our motivation to be happy. In Jane McGonigal's book, Reality is Broken, she talks about game design workshops as being all about the process of hacking into what makes us happy. So what a cool thing to apply to trying to change the world. I said I'd teach 5 gamification techniques in this video, so I better get started. The first one is the behavior chart or sticker chart. You probably used one when you were a kid. These are super simple. You can make one up in Microsoft Excel or in a Google spreadsheet. You might be able to find one online and print it off as well. You could use something like a behavior chart for a 30-day plastic-free challenge or a 30-day meat-free challenge. You just need to make 30 different spots or squares in your chart. You can make it colorful or graphic design it to make it more fun. And then you have a set of stickers or a stamp. And every day you make it through the challenge or the pledge, you get a sticker or a stamp or a tick if you achieved your goal for that day. Now this might sound silly and overly simple, but it does leverage incredibly powerful psychological principles of pledging and committing to what we'll say we'll do. And the behavior chart is a kind of accountability to show us how we're doing based on our word, based on the fact that we pledged in some way that we were going to make it through this 30 days. It's also a great reminder and just a simple progress motivator to keep us on track. The second technique is using custom pins. Now, I think custom pins are dramatically underutilized. If you look up cute custom pins on Pinterest or on Google Images, you'll find loads of these cute little pins from stars, unicorns, kitty cats, cactuses, bowls of fruit, I mean, you name it. People have gone crazy with the type of custom pins you can use. They don't need to be something lame like a corporate logo that somehow you're expected to pin on your clothes. The custom pin can be a really super cool fashion item, and you can use it to help represent status or achievement with your audience. The way to leverage a custom pin is to give it out very sparingly based on your player's achievement of mastery. So if they were to make it through their 30-day plastic-free challenge or their 30-day plant-based challenge or any particular activity that you want to get people to do, it could even be a donation of money or signing petitions, you give them this rare and difficult to achieve custom pin. If the design is beautiful and if they really had to invest some effort to get it, that person will genuinely cherish that pin. And what pins do is also create a sense of identity and a tribal mentality around a group that people identify with. A lot of the way that we conduct ourselves in life, the language we use, the music we listen to, and the way we visually identify ourselves is to identify with other sorts of tribes, other types of groups of people. So we can identify a like versus like type of human being so we can tell who our friends and allies are. And you can use a custom pin to create this kind of group solidarity of the people that have mastered the technique that you want them to. The third technique is leaderboards. Now, leaderboards are an extremely powerful technique to leverage our natural sense of competition. If you don't know what a leaderboard is, it's simply scoring your group of people. This could be students in a classroom, it could be all the schools in a district, it could be the streets in a suburb. You give them all a score and then you rank them from first to whatever. And the reason why leaderboards work is they provide a sense of disclosure of information. If the information is invisible, people just won't know where they are on the continuum of data. Once you get that data out there into the open in the form of a leaderboard, people will know whether they're doing well or kind of in the middle or doing last. And everyone will be motivated to do a little bit better. The people that are doing worse will be motivated to move up to the middle, and the people that are doing better will be motivated to keep doing better to maintain their position. And some people can actually be remarkably competitive when it comes to a leaderboard. And just making this information transparent is essentially the power behind the leaderboard. And all you need to do is find a way of giving your players a score that's based on real data. And you can make up a leaderboard just using a simple spreadsheet, or you can use graphic design software like Adobe InDesign or Canva.com to make yourself up a beautiful leaderboard and then promote it to all of your players. And I promise you, this will start to make a result on behavior. Technique number 4 is color coding. You can add color coding to your leaderboard. You simply decide that red represents this zone of score, then you have orange representing another, yellow, green, blue, etc. And you give out these colors to your players to indicate their performance. Color is a fantastic technique to use because it is instantly recognizable. If you get a red dot, which represents your recycling ability or the amount of meat that you eat or how fit you are or whatever it's trying to represent, red generally we know means bad. And you'll be like, I don't want to be red. I don't want to be red. How do I at least make it to orange? A lot of other techniques might use numbers which need to be interpreted, but the color is instant and color makes it very easy to communicate. And our last gamification technique, number 5, is certificates of accomplishment. This is a type of award. People are remarkably responsive to tokens of appreciation. If you've implemented a system of measuring the performance of your people in a group or your players, which could be suburbs or colleges or schools or businesses, everybody loves to have their efforts appreciated by the system. And making a certificate or an award is a really simple and low cost and low tech way to do this. You can really enhance the gravitas of your award by getting someone prestigious in society, such as a mayor or a CEO or somebody well known, to give out the award or to sign it. And this will make the person feel really special and appreciated about the effort they've been putting into your cause. These techniques work for 3 basic principles. Number 1 is disclosure. Just by having the data made public and made obvious helps us to naturally change. The second one is that gamification leverages the power of social competition. This is social norming. We all want to be like the herd, but we all want to do better than the herd. And we can really use gamification to really dig into the motivational core of our players and get them to do the things that we want them to do, which are essentially good things that they probably want to do themselves as well. And the third is the desire to be perceived well by others. We all want to be known as being responsible people, of being good people. It really matters to us that people essentially like us and can rely on us in the group. So these techniques, such as providing a certificate or an award, really feed in to people's desire to be perceived well. And best of all, saving the world should be fun. I mean, seriously, why should we get to work trying to save trees and stop ocean pollution and save children's lives if it's not going to be fun? And it can be. In fact, it should be as fun as a game, and it should be the greatest game you've ever played. That's it for today's article. I hope you enjoyed these 5 low-tech gamification techniques. If you want to learn more about gamification design, check out my online video course called Save the World with Gamification, where you'll learn 15 different gamification techniques, adding on from the 5 that we learned today. I'll put a link in the description below. If you want to look at the full written version of this article, there is more to it than just what's in this video today. You can find it on my website, katiepatrick.com/articles, and I've also narrated it on the How to Save the World podcast. Thanks for listening. I hope you're inspired to get to work and start implementing some of these really fun gamification techniques for your social or environmental cause. And I will see you tomorrow for gamification technique number 9.